everyone, welcome to another episode. I'm Hari.
And I'm Kimi. Today we're diving deep into a modern animated masterpiece that absolutely shattered records in 2025. We are talking about none other than K-Pop Demon Hunters.
This movie was a massive phenomenon. Directed by Maggie, Kang, and Appelhans, it tells the story of Huntrix, a fictional K-pop girl group who pulled double duty as secret demon hunters. They square off against the Saja Boys, a rival boy band who are actually demons in disguise.
It's such a wild premise, but it completely works. Did you know the concept actually originated back in 2018? Maggie Kang pitched it to producer Aaron Warner while he was working on Wish Dragon. She wanted to create a heartfelt love letter to her Korean heritage, blending folklore and modern pop culture.
And she went deep with the cultural roots. Instead of generic magic, the demon hunting lore is actually built on Korean shamanism. Kang was inspired by how historical shaman women used song and dance in their rituals. She also wanted to steer clear of the hyper-polished Marvel superhero tropes. She designed the Huntrix girls to be silly, crass, and even have little potbellies.
That is so refreshing. Speaking of designs, the details are insane. Huntrix's style blends haute couture from designers like Givenchy and Alexander McQueen with traditional Korean elements, like wearing norige pendants. On the other hand, the Saja Boys perform in black hanbok and traditional horsehair hats, evoking the Jaesong Saja, which is the Korean Grim Reaper.
Exactly. And Saja also means lion in Korean, hence their fandom name, The Pride. The Saja Boys' leader, Jinu, was visually inspired by actor Cha Eun-woo with his expressions referenced from Kai of EXO. Plus, Jinu has these adorable magical pets, a bright blue tiger named Derpy and a magpie named Sussy.
Oh, those pets are actually a huge nod to Korean history. They are based on Minhwa, which is Joseon period folk art, specifically the Hojak-do style, where tigers and magpies are depicted together. In traditional art, they were used to make playful, satirical jabs at those in power. Animators brought that to life with a running gag of the magpie stealing the tiger's hat.
That is a brilliant Easter egg. The animation itself was handled by Sony Pictures Imageworks. They used a bold 3D CGI aesthetic heavily influenced by anime expressions rather than just copying the hybrid look of Spider-Verse. And get this, even though the characters speak English, the animators modeled their mouth shapes to the Korean language to keep the cultural performance authentic. And the action scenes? They used digital glitter effects inspired by the South Korean action film The Villainous. The animation director, Josh Beveridge, mentioned it gave the fights a gorgeous dance-fighting quality. It let them get quite violent while keeping things sparkly and family-friendly.
Let's talk about the incredible music. The soundtrack was produced by K-pop royalty, like Teddy Park of the Black Label. The songs aren't just background noise, they actually drive the emotional beats of the plot. For instance, the Saja Boys songs were intentionally written to sound super catchy, but slightly hollow on the inside, to represent their lack of soul, contrasted with the deep, vulnerable tracks of Huntrix.
It worked brilliantly in the real world, too. The soundtrack made history by having 4 songs in the Billboard Hot 100 Top 10 simultaneously, with the emotional anthem Golden achieving a perfect all-kill on the South Korean music charts. EJ, who was originally just a demo songwriter, was actually cast as Rumi's singing voice because the directors fell in love with her vocals.
She did an incredible job alongside Arden Cho, who voiced Rumi. Rumi's personal story of hiding her half-demon patterns out of shame really resonated with audiences. Critics and scholars pointed out how her journey serves as a powerful metaphor for queer coding, coming out, and navigating intense societal expectations.
It really added a beautiful layer of depth to the movie, and the audience response was just astronomical. By the end of 2025, K-Pop Demon Hunters became the most-watched original title in Netflix history, clocking in over 325 million views in its first 91 days. It even topped the domestic theatrical box office with its sing-along release, making over $19 million.
The cultural footprint is just everywhere. Novak Djokovic celebrated a US Open win by doing a dance from the song Soda Pop. We saw SNL sketches, a Jinu balloon at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, and even a massive tourism spike in Seoul with fans visiting Namsan Tower and Bukchon Hanok Village. The National Museum of Korea even hit 5 million visitors, partly thanks to the film's popularity.
It really is a testament to the power of the Korean wave. And the good news is, a sequel is already in development, with directors Maggie Kang and Chris Appelhans returning to write and direct. We also have graphic novels, Fortnite skins, and Hasbro toys to look forward to.
I honestly cannot wait to see where they take the franchise next. But that is all the time we have for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. Stay tuned for our next deep dive.
This episode is based on the Wikipedia article K-Pop Demon Hunters, which is available under the Creative Commons Attribution Share-alike license. This podcast was crafted using artificial intelligence.